Last week on consecutive days, Alton Sterling and Fidel Castile, both black men, were killed by police officers in Baton Rouge in Falcon Heights, Minnesota. People have defined this as a form of racism, but others have said it was normal police duty and they still would have got shot if they were white. What are we gonna do? So this leads to the topic of racism. I guarantee that if you go out on the streets and ask people, do they think racism is still in the world? They will say mostly no. Well, let me tell you something. That would be the wrong answer. I am so disgusted at what has come of us. Racism has consumed our world as we know it. Global warming might not be as big as a problem as this has turned out to be. And racism isn't just defined as one group anymore. This has spread out to the whole population, from Hispanics, Mexicans, to Ireland, to blacks, anything. That means when old racists die, new ones can form. And that is not what we want. Have you ever heard of the human rights? Did you know? Racism is an issue all over the globe, and it violates many of our human rights. Racism is an issue not just around the globe, but in our small communities. It can be found in our schools, our businesses, our government buildings, and even racial justice groups. Yeah, them too. Now let's talk about the most important part of today's segment. How you can help fight racism and help fight the people we know as racists. We all have to open our eyes and realize that our world today is not as good as we think. We need to fight the problem. Learn some history, people. You think our world is so good? Look how it is the same as back when slavery was real. Don't use social media for bad stuff. Come on, social media is affecting our lives in a bad way. Use it for good. Spread some positivity. Spread some awareness. And fight. And to all those racists out there that may or may not be watching, realize you are the biggest problem in today's world. Figure out how you can change that. And to the news people out there, you're taking polls? Well, don't just do the polls. Make sure you find a way to help. Do a bake sale. Do something to figure out how to help. And from back to earlier today, we talked about how 2 black men were shot and how people thought that was a form of racism. Yeah. So, if you think that is, I want some hard, cold evidence that proves that. Don't make assumptions. And don't let the media corrupt your mind. They will do it. Don't let them. That's all we have time for. See you later tomorrow at 6.